Hi everyone, welcome to Vlogmas day 18. I've already opened my advent calendar and we've got a chai tea today, which I know I like. I've had that one before and it is delicious, so I will be enjoying that one later. Today's vlog is a Christmassy question and answer, and it's a collaboration again with my lovely friend from Nikki in a Vlog, Nikki, who I'm sure a lot of you already follow, but if you don't, pop over and give her a follow. Her Vlogmas is amazing. I'm absolutely loving it. And we've got 10 Christmassy questions to answer. So I'm going to answer mine, and then you can also head over to her channel and she'll be answering the same questions. So it's going to be really interesting to see what our different answers are. So without further ado, question number 1 is, what is your favourite Christmas film? And I don't watch loads of Christmas films, if I'm honest. I don't watch loads of films full stop, but I do like Love Actually. That is my most favourite Christmas film, and we watched it last week. And yeah, I've seen it loads and loads of times, but I still thoroughly enjoyed it. Number 2, this one is interesting, is where would you spend Christmas if money was no object? And I found that quite difficult because I'm quite happy here, to be fair. But then I thought, no, come on, you got to be more imaginative than that. So I thought maybe somewhere like, I don't know, a city, so maybe New York or even perhaps London, somewhere where there was lots of lights, and maybe in a really snazzy hotel, so that I could sort of be in luxury. Or, and this is something I have actually always wanted to do, and we did look into it once, but it's surprising how much money it costs, would be to go somewhere and do some volunteering, but you have to have quite a big, quite a bit of money. So yeah, those would be my 2 choices, I think. Either a really like Christmassy city or go somewhere and do some volunteering. Number 3 is, what is your favourite thing about Christmas? And this is a really difficult one because I kind of like all of it. I like the lights, I like the food, I like the fact that people get together. I quite like the songs, or some of the songs. I don't know, I think Christmas has changed a lot, certainly since I was a kid, and it's become very much more commercialised, and you've probably gathered that I try not to buy into it too much. So that's quite a hard one for me to answer, but yeah, I'm just going to be boring and say everything. Number 4, childhood memories. Now, I was born in the 70s, so late 70s, early 80s is when I was a kid at Christmas, and I loved it. We had fab times. We lived in quite a small village, and we did lovely things at school at Christmas time, but again, it's not as over the top as it is now. We gave cards to our friends at school, and we gave cards to our friends at the stables where we used to keep our ponies, and we used to also, this is one of the things I loved doing, was writing the cards with my mum and my sister, and then we used to deliver them. So we'd either walk a bit around the village or drive a bit around the village, and me and my sister used to be like, I want to do that one, no, I want to do that one, and it was like, no, mum would be like, right, you can do that one, Emma, you can do that one, Andy. So that is one of the things I remember. I used to love going to the Christingle service in the local church. That was so cute. And I just used to love like Christmas dinner. I can remember some years it was me, mum, dad and my sister. Other years we'd go to friends or family. We quite often go to my godmothers. So, you know, I spent a lot of Christmases with my friends Sarah and Chris and David, and then usually on Boxing Day we would get together with family. So if we hadn't seen our grandparents on Christmas Day, we would see them, or we would see people from the village. And it was just, number one, it didn't go on for so long. And number two, it was a lot more, it was just a lot simpler. Don't get me wrong, we did very well with regards to presents and what have you. But it was, I don't know, I was talking to my sister yesterday, and she was saying that another member of our family had been to like to visit Father Christmas at a garden centre. But you don't just go in and see Father Christmas and get a present. You have to, we don't have to, but you do, you write a letter, and then you make reindeer food and do this and do that, and it all lasts for about 3 hours and costs, 70 quid. And there was nothing like that when I was a kid. There was no like Christmas Eve boxes. Our advent calendars were ones that just had a little picture in, when I was younger certainly, and we thought that was well exciting. So I think my fond childhood memories are probably of simpler times, and just having lots of fun and playing with toys with my sister and spending time with my mum and my dad and other members of the family and family friends. One of the things that I did used to love doing, well, there's two actually that I'm going to tell you. One of them was in our village. They used to do, they called it late night shopping, but there weren't really all that many shops, to be fair. But we all used to go, everyone in the village used to go, and we loved it. It was like the start of Christmas, and I think it was like the week before Christmas, the weekend before maybe, and Father Christmas used to come, and we used to be allowed to have sweets, and all the kids were there running around, all the adults were there probably drinking mulled wine, and I used to absolutely love that. And the other thing that we used to do was go to Olympia in London to the Christmas horse show, and that was so Christmassy. I absolutely used to love doing that. And also my sister and I used to love watching on the TV, and I still sometimes try and find this on YouTube and try and watch it. There's a programme called The Box of Delights, and I don't know why we didn't find it scary, because it is a little bit scary, but to me that is so Christmassy. We always had nice food, and we always used to, my sister and I used to usually have like a matching Christmas dress that we'd get dressed up in. So yeah, I have lovely memories of Christmas from when I was a kid. So number 5 is favourite Vlogmas vloggers. Okay, obviously Nikki in a vlog, Julie Buddha, Life with Kaz, Lighter Mandy, It's Just My Weight, which is Ro, and Little Drops of Wonderful, which is Ali. I've also started watching Gaynor Jane as well, but it's really hard when you're doing Vlogmas yourself. It's really difficult to keep up with everybody's vlogs. And I haven't watched any for a couple of days actually, so, or maybe the odd one, so I'm kind of a bit behind, but I love watching other people's Vlogmases, and there's a few others that I've jotted down that I need to look up. Oh, I like Grace as well, Grackle. She does a really good Vlogmas. There's so many good ones out there. There's all sorts that I do like to watch. Number 6, what would be in your perfect stocking? Well, again, I suppose if money were no object, I would like lots of really lovely skincare and perfume, and a garden centre voucher so that I could buy lots of plants, and some aeroplane tickets so I could go and visit my family as much as I wanted to. What else? Maybe a few meals out, or maybe a little holiday. maybe I'm going a bit over the top there. Obviously a satsuma and some chocolate coins. What more do you want in your stocking? Martin and I don't really do stockings, so it's quite a few years since I've had a stocking. Okay, the next one is Christmas activity traditions. So, as I keep saying, many years ago, Martin and I decided that for us, we believe that Christmas was becoming very commercial and we wanted to step back from doing, I guess, what society wants you to do. So we do very different things. So I suppose our Christmas tradition is to not be traditional. We've done many things over the years. We've had turkey sandwiches at Glastonbury Tour. We've had barbecues on the beach. We've gone swimming as the sun rises in the sea. We stayed in a shepherd's hut in Somerset one year. We went up on Dartmoor one year. What did we do last year? Oh, we walked around the Lahares volcano and then had a picnic at Macanichu. So our tradition is to try and do something a bit different, and I don't know what more I can say really. We do try to do something on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day and Boxing Day to kind of make it a bit different, and have some treats and maybe go out somewhere where we wouldn't normally go. We try to get a swim in the sea. I suppose that's become a bit of a tradition. Even if it's chilly, we'll maybe put our wetsuits on and go in the sea. So yeah, that's probably one of my favourite traditions. But I think at the end of the day, we try to please ourselves, I suppose, and not get caught up in this is what everyone else is doing. So favourite Christmas song has to be Fairy Tale of New York by the Pogues. I love it. Brilliant song. Funniest Christmas moment. I think for me it's, I don't know how many years ago. How old is my nephew? Anyway, when my nephew, I think he was about 2, he might have been a bit younger, and they were all round at my house when we lived in Hampshire for Christmas, and he was sitting on my lap at the table. We were eating our Christmas dinner, and for once I had actually cooked a traditional dinner, and we had roast turkey and all the bits and sprouts, and I said to, I think my mum or my sister, I said, because he was like trying to eat bits off my plate, and I said, they were like, don't give him a Brussels sprout because he won't like it. And I was like, well, he can try it. So he popped it in and he was chewing away at it for ages. And I said to them, look, he loves it. What's wrong? The next thing we know, he just spat the whole lot all over my Christmas dinner. And we were all in hysterics. Yeah, and to this day, we still talk about that. So I think that's probably my funniest Christmas moment. Last question, and this is really difficult for me, is favourite Christmas food, sweet and savoury. So I suppose my savoury one is cheese. And it's funny actually, because in our Spanish lesson yesterday, we had to answer this question, but in Spanish. And I said cheese is my favourite Christmas food. But as I said in the vlog the other day, I can't eat cheese at the moment. So if I had to choose something else, what would it be? I don't know. I'll let you know after this Christmas. To be fair, I like most Christmas food. I do like a roast. I like all the sort of starter things, like smoked salmon and seafood, things like that. I love a prawn cocktail, and all the sort of savoury nibbles. Even, like the things you can get now in UK supermarkets, certainly all those little picky bits, as you call them. I like all of those kind of things. For sweet Christmas food, I suppose I do love a mince pie. Really like a mince pie, and Yule log, chocolate Yule log. I do really like that. So I think those are probably my favourites. I can't wait to see what Nikki's answers are to these questions. I hope you've enjoyed this vlog. Let me know what your favourite Christmassy things are down in the comments below. I'd love to know. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow. Take care. Bye.